Yo, what's good, y'all? First of all, if you're new, welcome to the channel. My name is Mike J, Mike Simmons, whatever you want to call me. I'm a fashion designer and I live in Atlanta, Georgia. I basically kind of just document my life, giving people like life lessons that I've learned, my short time on this earth, and just day-to-day vlogs. But this video in particular is just continuing of my last video. So it's a part 2 of a blessing in disguise. And man, y'all wouldn't believe last week just got even crazier. But you know what they say, life be lifing, but God be, God be doing this thing. So yeah, right now I'm out here in my second favorite area to be, out here in Fayetteville in a Trilith community. I had a hard time saying that last time, but yeah, I'm out here just chilling in the shade. It's a nice little day, nice little breeze coming through. And we're gonna get through this video, man. I'm gonna make it shorter than what it normally is. And yeah. All right, so let's talk. Now, on my laptop right here, I've written down some notes, so I'm not messing this up. And as a Christian, man, I want to just tell y'all about, what gratitude is to me, being grateful. Let me not mess this up. So gratitude is understanding that, things happen for a reason. And, it's happening for you, not to you. For me personally, when I'm going through like certain situations, I like to just stop immediately and say, God, what are you showing me? Just be with me as you always are, and take my hand and just show me how you want me to navigate through this situation. Because the old me was so quick to react, and it would just put me in a even worse place than what I would have been if I didn't pray and ask God to be with me. So that's gratitude to me. So yesterday was actually 4th of July. And I was hanging out, my homeboy and his family, which is now my family out here in Atlanta. So we're just talking, having a good conversation, talking about our first cars that we got. And that's like gratitude to me. You remember like getting that first whip? You didn't care what it was. It could be a hoopty and beat up car, but that's your baby. And that's how I want to treat every situation. Just always be grateful for the good and the bad. And last week for me was bad. It hadn't been that bad for me in a little minute. So it was to the point, man, to keep it a buck with y'all, I cried, man. I was on the phone with my mom and I cried because in my eyes, it seemed like it was just terrible. And it's so funny because it's not funny, but last week I made was it last week or 2 videos ago? I made a video and I was talking about, I don't get overwhelmed by life. But last week definitely got me. So I'm gonna just try and tell y'all this because now I can laugh at it. I'm not emotional about it no more. But yeah, man, I'm curious. What is gratitude to y'all? How do you stay grateful? I'm always looking for little tips to like make sure I'm being grateful, because I know it was times, as I've gotten older, I've gotten better. But when I was younger, man, like first starting out my job, or even just junior, senior year in high school, not grateful for the things that I was receiving from like my family. Wasn't grateful for my job. I talked to y'all how I wasn't grateful for my home that I purchased. It took me a long time just to get there, just because life had been hitting me. So but now every day I wake up, just grateful. But yeah, let me not get too long-winded talking about this. I ain't gonna hold y'all. I'm a little nervous because it's a lot of people out here today, and they are definitely looking at me. So this is a little awkward, but I've been doing it a little bit more often, so I'm kind of getting used to it. But it is definitely awkward being out here like this. Man, would y'all believe this is like my 4th or 5th time doing this video? I did it when I was out in Fayetteville. I did it again when I was in the backyard, and a couple more times, man. And my only guess is God wants me to make sure I get this part of the story right, because it's super important, man. So this is the blessing in disguise that I could not see, at the moment. But so I'm leaving, and today is July the 8th. So this happened maybe like a week and a half ago, if I'm thinking about it correctly. You know, my days we kind of get a little mixed up, but you know what? Yeah, it happened not this past Saturday, but the Saturday before last. And I was headed to work very early in the morning. It was raining, dark outside. No one's really on the road. As I'm in the far left lane, basically a cop gets behind me, and you know, just still kind of shook up by the situation that happened earlier that week. I ended up, thinking that the cop was like, the lights were like, so out here in Georgia, and especially in Atlanta, they have black police cars, and they ride with their blue lights on. So they're kind of flickering a little bit, and he's kind of close behind me. So I'm thinking, maybe he wants me to move out of the way, or either, he's about to pull me over. Either way, I'm like, I need to move out of the way, So I ended up turning on my blinker. And when I turned on my blinker to get over, it was a car next to me. I didn't see them. They're in my blind spot. So I ended up pretty much kind of staying where I was at, because I was in the far left lane. I didn't want to swerve back and then miss around and get in an accident with a police officer. And the car that was next to me, I'm thinking they're going to kind of go out and, just pretty much stay in the far right lane. But they end up coming back, and we collide and hit each other. Unfortunately, and at that moment, man, my hands kind of just fell straight into my face fell straight into my hands, and I was just kind of overwhelmed. Just couldn't believe the week that I was having, thinking that everything was like, pretty much taken care of. But you know what, man, I try and take the good things out of that situation. The police officer who was behind me, he actually was really nice. He apologized to me because he knew what I was thinking in my head, made sure I was okay. So shout out to him, man. It just happened so fast, man. Honestly, it happened very quick. But when this happened, man, it was just a lot. I immediately called my mom. She's always up early in the morning, man. Shout out to my mom. Love you, Mom and Dad. They kind of talked me through the situation. My mom prayed for me. Shout out to the praying moms and the praying parents. Kind of comfort me and let me know everything was just going to be okay. But, it just happened so quick. Like I said, it was my first accident, man. And really my first time ever getting a ticket. And to get 2 tickets in 1 week, it just was crazy, man. It's just, I just was not prepared. But, I thank God, man, because it was raining outside. It could have been a lot worse. We kind of like, when we hit, we kind of kissed. The cars kind of like kissed together, so it wasn't like really bad, even though it did leave a dent in my car. But it could have just been so much more worse, man. Somebody could have lost their life. Cars could have flipped. So thank you, God, that I'm still here and I'm fine. Yeah, man. One thing that I do need to say, what I didn't like was when I pulled into the police officer had me to pull in. Excuse me. The police officer had me pull into a Checkers, and the Checkers parking lot, and he pretty much told me that he was getting ready to call the officers who come out for the accidents. And I kid you not, it was like 8 police cars out there, and so it was super intimidating. I didn't even get out of the car. I didn't really know the process. I didn't get out of the car because it just happened so quick. I wish I would have got out and just checked on the other people to make sure they were okay. So that was something I thought about. But yeah, very quick, very just a weird situation for me. But I'm glad that I'm able to see the light in it now. All right, so I have been praying, man, just for like a financial break, man. And I just, like I said, bro, like I just needed that remote from Click, the one we pause and fast forward through different situations of his life. Because sometimes you do be needing that. But I've been praying for like over my finances and stuff like that. And my girl was like, babe, don't worry about it. There's going to be something that's going to come up. A large amount of money is going, it's all going to be good. So, I'm just thinking about, just being where my feet are at is what she always tells me. And I'm like, man, how am I going to like pay these citations? Things are already kind of tight. And so I'm coming home one day and I'm taking the trash can back in. I'm like, yo, let me just check the mail. because I haven't checked the mail in about maybe like a couple days or so. These people are behind me. They're kind of talking kind of loud, so they mess me up. But yeah, so I'm checking. I put the trash can in. I'm checking the mail. As I'm checking the mail, I see something from from some people, and I'm like, dang, another bill. You know, things going up. So I get inside. I open it, and it's a check for a nice amount, y'all. And I'm just crying. I'm saying thank you, God, repeatedly, man. So yeah, just. Man, that's my little testimony, right? And a big testimony, my bad. It's just, man, just trust God. It's going to be okay. It's never as big as we think it is. And even then, even if it is something large, just continue to trust God. He'll get you out of any situation. But, you know, as you're going through these situations, just pray and look at the bigger picture. So then if I didn't get pulled over prior, I would have never known my license was withdrawn. And if I'd got in an accident with my license being withdrawn, they would have took me to jail. You know what I'm saying? So it could have been 10 times worse. So God worked that situation out for me, and he gave me the money I needed to take care of that situation. Now, granted, my insurance is probably going to go up, but you know what I'm saying? I'm here. I'm blessed. I didn't get injured. The people in the other car were one of the ladies was injured, so I prayed for her. But nobody was seriously injured. Thank God for that. So that's my praise report, man. God gonna handle it, man. He took the wheel. Shout out to God. But yeah, man, that's my testimony, bro. All right, y'all. This brings us to the last part of this short video. So, just want to talk about God's timing versus our timing. Man, we know, man, God, a lot of bugs coming out here. I got to get ready and get back in the house. But God's timing, always perfect. Our timing is terrible, you know? So, I just want to reference Ecclesiastes 3:1. For everything has a season and a timing for every matter under heaven. Such a powerful verse, you know. Man, we just can't control these things, man. God does things in seasons. He does things in a process, and we just gotta trust him and allow him to do what he's gonna do, because he always wants to see us succeed. You know, things that happen for us prepares us for what is coming next in our life. And just here to encourage you guys, man, just to trust God's timing. I know, like, it seems like it's taking forever, but just make sure you're being prepared for what's next. If I can just give you guys another reference, man, it's just look at me, you know, wanting to move out here to Atlanta. I've been wanting to move out here for years, and I was like pressing the issue and pushing it, and I wasn't prepared whatsoever. So when I got out here, I struggled. And mind you, back home, I had, you know, a 2-bedroom apartment. You know, I had everything I needed. I had money saved up, and got out here, still had the money and everything I needed, but I was just struggling. I wasn't happy. I wasn't ready. I wasn't grounded in the word. And you know, it just, I ultimately just, I didn't fail, obviously, because, you know, I got this crib, but allow God to get that, allow yourself to that grace and that time, and to get that blessing from God, and that confirmation from God before you just make these moves. I promise you, everything is going to work out, man. Sometimes it's harder than, you know, what you expected, but in a sense, everything is necessary. So, man, that's all I got to say to y'all today, man. I hope y'all enjoyed the message. Like I said, if you know what I'm saying, like my content, subscribe to the channel. Other than that, man, I hope that y'all are having a blessed week. I love y'all, man. Thank you all so much for just supporting me. I appreciate it, man. The reason for me starting this YouTube is just for me to, like, one, I'm trying to make some extra money. Two, to work on my speaking skills, man. You know, I'm stuttered. I've had a tough time with my, like, speech over, you know, my course of my life, stuttering and stuff like that. People make fun of it, and now I can laugh at it because I'm older. You know, I'm about to be 32 this year, man. And but yeah, just thank y'all for just taking the time. It's so crazy. All 205 of y'all who subscribe to this channel, man. I love y'all. Be blessed. I'm out. Let's go back in the crib.